Recognizes the gentleman from Alabama.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise in support of my amendment. Federal bureaucrats at the Department of Energy are once again attacking Americans' freedoms to choose their appliances that they want in their homes. They tried to take 50% of the gas stoves off the market, and now they're coming for your room air conditioners. My straightforward amendment would block DOE's overzealous regulation on room air conditioner units from taking effect. Summers in Alabama, as you know, Mr. Chairman, are hot. My constituents, like millions of Americans, use air conditioners to fight this heat. For people who are so concerned about global warming, you'd think they'd want to make air conditioners less expensive, not more. I grew up dirt poor. We couldn't afford an air conditioner, and that was the case for most of the people that we knew where I grew up. What I'm afraid of is that the Biden administration wants us to go back to those times. This rule fits a pattern of Democrat energy policies making life more difficult and more expensive, especially for low-income and middle-income Americans who will struggle to afford the upfront cost of more expensive air conditioning units. Mr. Chairman, this amendment shows a clear difference in the vision between House Republicans and the Biden administration and the House Democrats. House Republicans believe in American energy abundance, and the administration believes in energy restrictions. We believe in consumer choice, and the administration believes in heavy-handed government mandates. We believe consumers back home can make their own decisions, while the administration believes federal bureaucrats, Biden bureaucrats, can decide what Americans can and can't do on a daily basis. If a consumer wants a more efficient, energy-efficient room air conditioning unit, they have the freedom to choose one based on what they think is best, not what the Biden bureaucrats think is best. This rule is another example of vast government overreach and should be stopped. I therefore urge my colleagues to support my amendment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I reserve the remainder of my time.
Gentleman from Alabama reserves. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Ohio seek
I rise in opposition to the amendment.
Gentlewoman is recognized.
The Department of Energy is charged with implementing congressionally directed energy efficiency standards. And I think it's safe to assume that virtually all Americans, let alone all the people in this room, have benefited from these types of efficiency standards over the course of their lifetimes. Today, the typical new room air conditioner uses 39% less energy than its 1990 counterpart. In that 33-year time span, the Department of Energy raised the efficiency standard for room air conditioners 3 times, and real results happened. The Department of Energy estimates that these new standards will save American families and consumers approximately, are you ready, $1.5 billion per year on their electricity bills. I urge my colleagues to reject this amendment.
Wow, friends, this is crazy. The United States government has just made a big announcement. Millions of Americans will be able to receive a $7,500 federal tax credit up front, as long as they meet all eligibility requirements. The Biden administration has also vowed to help alleviate the burden of debt for many borrowers. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, because I'll be covering what you need to know. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. According to Yahoo News, there are many reasons to invest in an electric vehicle. They are cheaper to run than traditional fuel-powered cars. You can charge them up at home, and they produce zero planet warming pollution when out on the road. But the United States government has just made it even more appealing to purchase an electric vehicle with the $7,500 federal tax credit. Experts say that starting from January 2024, customers will not need to wait for the next tax year to roll out before getting their hands on the incentive, whether as a cash reimbursement or as a down payment for their next vehicle. Some have noted that the credit will be available as cash in hand on the day of purchase. The United States Department of Treasury said in a statement, For the first time, the Inflation Reduction Act allows consumers to reduce the upfront costs of a clean vehicle, expanding consumer choices and helping car dealers expand their businesses. The IRS has focused on streamlining this process for car dealers as part of its commitment to improving service and helping taxpayers claim the credits they are eligible for. The United States Department of Treasury said in a statement, "For the first time, the Inflation Reduction Act allows consumers to reduce the upfront costs of a clean vehicle, expanding consumer choices and helping car dealers expand their businesses. The IRS has focused on streamlining this process for car dealers as part of its commitment to improving service and helping taxpayers claim the credits that they are eligible for. Not only is the process a lot quicker, but it's been designed to be easier for both dealer and customers as well." Officials have said dealerships will register with the IRS, and they can then confirm whether the vehicle on sale applies for the tax credit by checking the vehicle identification number. But customers will still need to confirm that the car will be for personal use and that they are not dependent on anyone else's taxes. They will also need to be under the income limit of $150,000 adjusted gross income for an individual, $225,000 for a head of household, and $300,000 for married couples who file joint returns. While there are still circumstances in which the incentive will need to be repaid, such as passing the income cap in consecutive tax years, it's still going to help a lot of people on lower annual incomes invest in the technology. In a recent global automotive consumer study, the cost or price premium of an electric vehicle was the number one barrier for customers looking to buy a battery-powered electric vehicle, with 52% of U.S. respondents citing this as the biggest concern. But $7,500 will make it more viable to bring an electric vehicle home. The Biden administration promised to help relieve the burden of student loan debt for millions of borrowers, and with initiatives like the SAVE Plan, repayment on ramp, and fixes to loan forgiveness programs, there is no shortage on efforts. However, these have all been directed at improving the student loan situation for borrowers. To address the root of the problem, the administration is now looking at the schools that people are borrowing money to attend. The administration has already approved $127 billion in student loan forgiveness for millions of borrowers whose colleges took advantage of them or closed suddenly. The new regulations focus on 4 key areas. This includes financial responsibility, administrative capability, certification procedures, and the ability to benefit. These regulations are designed to increase access to federal student aid for more students, such as career pathways for those without a high school diploma. According to The Motley Fool, the central goal of these regulations is to protect borrowers. It aims to do this by holding colleges accountable for offering student aid programs responsibly and expanding access to student aid for people who need it. The Department of Education also wants to ensure that borrowers who take on student loan debt have a high probability of finding a job that will allow them to repay their debt. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about forgiving student loans? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. That is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.